Fighting and sports correlate with each other, especially extraneous sports like football, soccer, hockey, etc. The adrenaline pumped and the fatigue experienced because of extreme physical indulgence may cause a short-tempered player to land a punch on the opposing team's player for any reason. As a result, the sport becomes more fun to watch and also disdain to the victim player. Have you ever witnessed a brutal one-on-one on the field? If not, then don't worry, because what you're about to see may give you goosebumps. We present you with the worst fights in NFL history. At number 8, Sam Shields vs. Devin Hester. Hester and Shields had a second on the field where the two were seen pushing and pushing. Hester snatches Shields' facial covering and afterward continues to throw a left hook. The refs let it happen for a while, but after a bit, a flag was tossed to separate the fight. Both of them were penalized. The game continued on, and Green Bay would dominate the match. At number 7, Greg Jennings vs. Brandon Browner. At a point when the Packers and Seahawks met in 2012, a battle broke out after what resembled to be an illicit hit to Jennings by Browner. Jennings got up from the hit and surged towards Browner, who at that point, pulled Jennings down. The two moved around on the ground for a couple of moments while Browner nailed Jennings down. Two refs, just as Jordy Nelson came to defuse the fight, began to pull and separated them. Both were given flags for unsportsmanlike conduct, and Browner was fined $7,000 for the hit to Jennings. Since the two weren't shot out, just Browner got further discipline. At number 6, Santana Moss vs. Corey Webster. This wildcat fight took place in 2009 when the Redskins took on the Giants. Things took a flip after Moss blocked Webster. The two started to fight and punches were thrown as Webster knocked off Moss's helmet. Moss threw a punch to Webster and Webster followed by cutting Moss down. The two acquired flags, but neither of them were disqualified. Later, the NFL gave them both $5,000 fines. At number 5, Frosty Rucker vs. Carlos Hyde. In week 9 of this season, when their two teams met, Hyde and Rucker got in a battle when Rucker took a hit on quarterback CJ Beathard. With his emotions getting the best of him, Hyde began to slam and land some hits on Cardinal players. Shielding his teammates, Rucker didn't spare a moment as he tossed Hyde to the cold earth. The fight was separated before it prompted a greater battle. Both Hyde and Rucker got thrown out. However, neither of them were suspended. At number 4, Jalen Ramsey vs. AJ Green. Recently, Ramsey and Green have gotten into some hot waters. In the second quarter of this game, with 10 seconds left, we saw some pushing and shoving, with finish with the hot-headed Green locking Ramsey, pulling him down, and several punches to the helmet. Even though it seemed like Green was to blame, the battle brought about 2 penalties. Both players were ejected. However, no suspensions were handed out. But with both players being significant parts to their teams, this was a pretty selfish fight. At number 3, Richard Sherman vs. Trent Williams. This showdown happened when Williams got up in Sherman's face. The two momentarily traded a couple of words, and afterward, Williams tossed a straight hit to Sherman's face. As Sherman surrendered a sign that he wasn't going to fight back, he continued to say that he sat idle and that Williams had hit him first, and Williams later apologized for his activities, saying it was youthful and that he was totally to blame. Sherman even shared on his Twitter account that Williams apologized to him through text, even though there was a sorry battle. Now that's some sportsmanship shown by both. At number 2, Joey Porter vs. William Green. This battle had an alternate twist, as it happened even before the game. About an hour before the game was set to begin, the two traded a few words this way and that, and started tossing punches at one another. Green got a bloody lip from Porter, and it was additionally said that the two even spit in one another's faces. Both players were thrown out and not permitted to participate in the game. Likewise, they were each given $10,000 fines. Now that's some serious action committed by these sportsmen. At number 1, Andre Johnson vs. Cortland Finnegan. This one occurred on November 28, 2010, when the Texans and Titans met up. And this was one of the most notable battles in NFL history. In the fourth quarter, Finnegan and Johnson were shown pushing and shoving as Finnegan pulled off his helmet. They continued to arrange for the play, yet then we see, at this point, Finnegan threw the right hook to Johnson, and Johnson pulled off Finnegan's helmet. At this point, Finnegan also pulled off Johnson's. Johnson then, at that point, interfered with a couple of punches to Finnegan. A flag was tossed, and the ref was there to split it up. Both were thrown out of the game and fined $25,000. Well guys, thank you so much for tuning in. Be sure to smash that like button, subscribe to Pigskin Blast, and hit that notification bell so that you never miss a video. See you all next time.